International politics, theories of international politics. Theories of international politics. First, idealist theory, liberal internationalization. Historical context and origins. Emerged post World War I, 1919 to 1939. Reaction against realist power politics. Woodrow Wilson's 14 points, 1918. League of Nations establishment. Emphasis on peace, cooperation, international law. Core principle: human nature is fundamentally good and perfectible. International anarchy can be overcome through institutions. States can cooperate for mutual benefit. Progress toward peace is possible. Importance of international law and organizations. Democracy promotion leads to peace. Economic interdependence reduces conflict. Key concepts: collective security, disarmament, international law supremacy, democratic peace theory, free trade promotion, moral principles in international relations. Major thinkers: Woodrow Wilson, Immanuel Kant, philosophical roots, Norman Angell, Alfred Zimmern, Alfred Zimmern, policy applications, League of Nations, Kellogg Briand Pact 1928, United Nations System, International Court of Justice, European Union integration. Criticism: overly optimistic about human nature, underestimates power politics, failed to prevent World War II. Western centric worldview ignores structural constraints, realist theory, historical evolution, classical realism 1940s to 1950s, structural neorealism 1970s to present, roots in Thucydides, Machiavelli, Hobbes, dominant theory during Cold War. Core assumptions: internal system is anarchic, states are principal actors, states are rational unitary actors, security and survival primary concerns, power is fundamental currency, moral considerations secondary to the national interest. Classical realism: human nature driven by power and security, state behavior reflects human nature, emphasis on military capability, balance of power politics. Key classical realists: Hans Morgenthau, political politics among nations, E.S. Carr, The 20 Years Crisis, George Kennan, Henry Kissinger. Structural realism, neorealism, Kenneth Waltz, Theory of International Politics. International structure determines state behavior. Distribution of capabilities, key variable. States as positional actors. Security dilemma, central concept. Definitive, defensive realism. Security maximization, not power maximization. States seek appropriate amount of power. Offensive actions are counterproductive. Status quo orientation. Offensive realism. John Mearsheimer, The Tragedy of Great Power Politics. States maximize power for security. Hegemony as ultimate security. Constant power competition. Security through domination. Policy implications. Balance of power politics. Military preparedness. Alliance formation. Deterrence strategies. Realpolitik diplomacy. Neorealism. Structural realism. Theoretical foundations: Kenneth Walt's systematic approach, international system structure primary determinant, anarchy as ordering principle, distribution of capabilities key variable, key feature: states are like units functionally similar, capabilities vary, different power levels, system structure constrains state behavior, positional rather than intentional analysis. System polarity: unipolar systems, bipolar system, Cold War, multipolar system, stability consideration for each type. Theoretical contributions: scientific approach to IR, parsimonious theory, clear causal mechanisms, predictive capabilities, criticisms. Overly structural determinist, neglects domestic politics, ignores non state actors, cannot explain change well, under theorizes state identity. Marxist theory: historical materialist foundation, economic base determines superstructure, mode of production central, class struggle as engine of history, capitalist world system analysis, core concepts: economic determination, class analysis, surplus value extraction, imperialism and colonialism, core periphery relations, classical Marxist approaches, capitalist exploitation as international, imperialism as highest stage of capitalism. World revolution potential. Proletarian internationalism. Dependency theory. Underdevelopment has created condition. Core periphery exploitation. Unequal exchange. Development of underdevelopment. Structural dependency. World system theory. Immanuel Wallerstein's approach. Capitalist world economy since 16th century. Core semi-periphery periphery. Cyclical rhythms and secular trends. Neo-Gramscian approaches. Antonio Gramsci hegemony concept. Transnational capitalist class. International civil society. Ideological domination. Key concepts in Marxist IR. Capitalist imperialism. Uneven development. Globalist division of labor. Transnational capitalist class. Cultural hegemony. Contemporary applications. Globalization and critique. Global inequality analysis. North-South relations. Transnational social movements. Anti-globalization protests. Policy implications. North-South solidarity. Anti-imperialist struggles. Imperialist struggles. Anti-imperialist. Economic sovereignty. Alternative development models. Global wealth redistribution. Comparative analysis. View of human nature. Idealist, basically good, perfectible. Realist, self-interested, power-seeking. Marxist, shaped by material conditions. Primary actor, idealist, states, international organization, individuals. Realist, states, primary, great powers. Marxist, social classes, transnational capital. View of international system. Idealist, potentially cooperative community. Realist, anarchic, conflict prone. Marxist, capitalist world system, exploitative. Key processes. Idealist, institution building, law, cooperation. Realist, power balancing, security competition. Marxist, capital accumulation, class struggle. Explanatory focus. Idealist, ideas, norms, institutions. Realist, power distribution, security. Marxist, economic structure, class relations. Contemporary relevance. Idealist legacy, United Nations system. International human rights regime, European integration, humanitarian intervention norms. Realist applications. Great power competition, US-China. Nuclear deterrence strategies. Alliance politics, NATO expansion. Balance of power in regional conflicts. Marxist contributions. Global inequality analysis. Anti-globalization movements. Dependency in international trade. Critique of neoliberal economic order. Synthetic approaches. Neoclassical realism, critical theory. Constructivist challenges, English school connections. Emerging debates, relevance in globalized world. Non-state actor challenges, environmental security, cybersecurity implications, global governance prospects. Each theory offers distinct lenses for understanding international politics with varying explanatory power for different phenomena, historical context, and policy challenges. Their continued evolution reflects the complex, changing nature of global politics. That's it for this topic. We'll describe them in detail in the next videos.